Welcome to Between the Shelves, the premier Save a Library podcast. I am your host, Alex, and this week I am joined by Marianne, the head of Teen Services. Welcome, Marianne.
Hi, Alex. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming. And Sean from Tech Services.
What's going on?
So we have assembled our movie buffs this year to talk about the films of 2024 and, more importantly, the Oscars that just aired this Sunday. We're recording on Tuesday morning. So we've had a little bit of time to digest everything that happened, and we're here to talk about it. So this is one of the episodes I look forward to most in the year, because I love movies, as we all know, and I can't wait to talk about it. So let's just get right into it. Let's not waste time. So I think the highlight of this year was small pictures winning big. Mm-hmm. So Anora went home with the big award of the night, Best Picture. It also cleaned up most of the bigger awards, director, screenplay, editing, and Best Actress. But we'll get to that in a second as well. What was everyone's thoughts on Anora this year? Did everyone have a chance to see it?
I did see it. I didn't realize it was an indie film, so I'm excited that it did win so many awards. And at the very end, I was thinking Nora was going to win, but for our work contest, I did not vote for it, so I was pretty bummed about that. But I thought it was a really good film. And the way I watched it, I couldn't get captions, which I know I was trying to get, as Alex guided me on how to do it. It just wasn't working for me, so I did miss a lot of the Russian parts. Mm-hmm. Well, all of it, not a lot of it. But you could still kind of keep up with the movie and figure out what was going.
I don't think it was necessary to understand the plot.
Yeah.
No.
Though I would like to rewatch it now that it won with the actual captions, because it was really funny.
And
too.
that whole scene makes you laugh so hard, like when they're in the house with her.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she's like fighting them. Like I mean, it was just I wasn't expecting it to have so much comic relief in it,
Yeah, I think this was his most accessible film. Sean Baker, who we'll talk about him again in a second, he had the biggest night of anyone.
Yeah.
I am a big fan of his. I've seen almost all of his movies. I haven't seen Red Rocket, which is the movie he did before this one. But he also did The Florida Project, which is, in my opinion, his best movie and maybe one of the all-time great movies. But he's an indie artist. He writes, he directs, he edits all of his own films. And in his speech, he talked about that, and I forget which, maybe it was directing or that he...
One of them, yeah.
But he was, he's a big proponent of indie films, of going to the theaters, of all this. So, it was a nice story, and I'm happy to see somebody who's been doing this for 25 years now, get his chance to shine in an industry that generally doesn't shine a light on indie films.
No.
Yeah, I agree. And he also, in one of his acceptances, I think it was him, right, that had said, going back to the movie theater and had the importance of that.
Yeah.
And, it's a good message to get out there when we are all streaming.
Of course. And that message was really driven home when Hulu cut off my feed.
I heard Sean was just telling me about that.
That, for me, is one of the biggest points of the night, is Hulu's just fumbling of hosting the Oscars.
I saw a lot of complaints online about that.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. I didn't want to watch the last three categories of the Oscars.
No,
those are usually the least important.
They're the smallest ones, so why would you? Did you find another way to watch it quickly?
No.
Were you able to?
I was just immediately jumped on YouTube or like the Associated Press, just refreshing the page over and over again.
Yeah.
I just was watching it, and I got a text from him, and I'm like, oh, this poor guy. I'm like, he's been watching this all night. This is like one of his favorite things ever.
That is a real bummer.
This is the only thing I watch all year round. Yeah. This is my Super Bowl, and then they just, it's like...
Of course they did.
Of course they did.
Of course.
But Sean and I, we were talking, texting back and forth, and there weren't too many, spoiler, I won the Oscar pool this year, what Marianne was referring to. So I wasn't really surprised with any of the wins this year, with the exception of Mikey Madsen, or Madison?
Madison,
yeah.
I don't even know her name. That's how much of a Cinderella story it was.
I did vote for her for Best Actress.
You were one of two people of the 30 in the pool that voted for her.
Nobody believed in her. Mikey, I believed in you. So.
Okay. That was...
She's listening.
That was the biggest shock, I think, of the Oscars this year.
She looked shocked too.
Yeah, her reaction was she shook.
It was like she kind of just went up there, thanked like her team, thanked everyone who worked on the film, and then was like, that was it.
Yeah, she was clearly nervous.
Like, I feel like if you think you're gonna win, you pull out the speech and you talk about what the film meant to you and all that. She was just like rattling off names of everyone that she's like ever worked with.
Yeah, and she hasn't been in anything huge. I know she's been in some other
she's had like supporting roles in other movies, but
I've never seen her before, so she was brand new to me. It was so great that she won. And I was reading a lot of things online too. A lot of people were upset that like Demi Moore didn't win, and like the seasoned actress, but Mikey is like, her acting, I mean, she was just like great. Like, she really had every emotion throughout the entire movie. Her acting shined.
Yes, she was absolutely deserving. Demi was also good. Demi cleaned up, I think, every other award show. She got all the other awards, SAG, the Globe.
Yeah, and the BAFTAs.
But the Academy, I think Anora had a lot of buzz going into the Oscars. It was building momentum throughout the award season, and I think it was just its time. Mm-hmm. And Mikey was absolutely deserving. It was a phenomenal performance. Maybe it was one of the weaker categories this year. I don't think there was any major standouts.
Yeah, it's funny. I actually agree with you, too, because, I always find it funny when the supporting roles, some of them aren't even in the movie that much, and I like Isabella Rossellini. I liked Conclave, but, I don't think her, she wasn't in it that much, whereas...
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you mentioned that.
I'm moving on to supporting. I'm sorry. Yeah.
So... Zoe Saldaña won Best Supporting Actress this year.
Good for her too. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I think we all did. She was the favorite going in.
Like, she was in it
the
entire time.
That's what I was going to say. So one thing, if you follow the movie buzz going on, one of the topics this year that kept getting bounced around was category fraud. And that's where, you would make your supporting a lead because you think she has a better shot of getting the lead, or vice versa. And I think Zoe Saldaña she should have been nominated for lead actress. This was not a supporting actress role. No. Not to take away from her performance, because she was the strongest part of the Emilia Pérez. Yeah, I agree. And I'm happy for her win. However, she probably should have been nominated for lead. Yeah. Same with Ariana Grande too. I mean, that was a co-lead.
They were equals in that, her and Cynthia.
Yeah. Let's just keep the daisy chain going. Speaking of Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo, what did you think of the opening number at the Oscars?
It was really good. I thought they both sounded great. It looked really cool. They looked great. It was really fun. I felt like it was just a good way to kind of get the vibes going and make everyone really pumped up.
Yeah, I agree. And Cynthia's voice, I mean...
Incredible.
Oh my God, it blows you away. And obviously Ariana Grande has an amazing voice too, but Cynthia's it was just so powerful during that opening.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable talent she has. And it says something when Ariana Grande, who is herself a fantastic singer, is cast into the shadows. When Cynthia Erivo starts singing, you completely forget Ariana is there. Just to show how powerful Cynthia Erivo's voice is. She didn't come home with the Oscar, but there's always next year for Wicked 2, so we'll see.
That is true.
I have a feeling she will.
They'll be nominated.
She will next year.
I'm sure she'll be nominated again. We'll see. That shows she missed her opportunity at an EGOT this year. She would, if she got the Oscar, she would be an EGOT. But she's still young. She's incredibly talented. I think she'll get the EGOT.
Yeah. She'll get it at some point.
She'll be in lots of stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Another person who missed their opportunity for an Oscar is Timothée Chalamet this year. I think. I don't think he was necessarily the favorite going into tonight, but it was between him and Adrien Brody. Obviously, Brody went home with the Oscar. Did you see The Brutalist?
Yes.
That was my second favorite movie of the year. We'll get to. I think Sean and I actually, for once, agree on what the best movie of the year was.
I can't wait to hear.
We'll get that. It's a little teaser. We'll get to that. Okay. The Brutalist was my second favorite movie of the year. Adrien Brody, I think, absolutely deserved the Oscar this year.
Yeah, I can't agree.
Who would you wanted Sebastian Stan?
Sebastian
Yes,
Stan, yeah.
I did know that.
I knew they wouldn't give it to
Yeah.
him just because of the climate and everything. I feel like they barely mentioned the movie the whole night, and I wasn't surprised they didn't win.
That was its only nomination.
No, Jeremy Strong got
Oh,
nominated.
that's right. They were both nominated.
But I'm not surprised he didn't get it at all. I thought it was gonna be Timothy, honestly, but because he won the SAG Award, he won Golden Globe, and I believe the BAFTA as well. But he's so young. He's only 28.
Yeah.
So he'll get it at some point.
He'll get it at some point. I think that had a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
I loved A Complete Unknown. I'm a big Bob Dylan fan. I thought it was. I mean, if you're a Bob Dylan fan, there's nothing really not to like. But it was a very by-the-numbers biopic.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't take any risks.
No.
And
Yeah, that's true.
And while Timothée Chalamet is a fantastic actor, I don't think this was his finest performance. He kind of underplayed a very larger-than-life character. And Bob Dylan's iconic voice is a very easy one to imitate, so it's not like I mean I think it is. He sounds like a cartoon character, you don't have to be a master impressionist to do a good decent Bob Dylan. So I don't know. I don't think this was a huge stretch.
A Complete Unknown was my favorite.
Oh,
And
really?
it was my favorite movie of all of it. And I really thought that it was going to win. Just going by past Oscars, like those musical biopics, they always win. They take away a lot, when you think about the Johnny Cash and the
Rami Malek for
and I'm thinking of the piano player
Ray
yes,
Charles.
right, those are
Foxx,
all
yeah.
Jamie Foxx. So I was thinking along those lines, that safe. These are going to be the safe wins, and Timothée Chalamet doing so well leading up to it. So I did put I put all my money on him, but I am just mad that I didn't pick Anora for the best picture, because I was oscillating between that and the Bob Dylan. So
I think I put Conclave.
oh, did you really?
I don't know. I thought that was gonna win.
Okay.
So
I don't know.
Well, so 10 years ago, I think Conclave would have won because it was the safe Oscar baity sort of movie. But the last 5 years or so, maybe Sean, you might know better than I, the Oscars have started opening up the amount of voters and making it a more diverse number of people who can vote for the Oscars.
Yeah.
And I think that has absolutely changed who the front runners are. I mean, 10 years ago, Everything Everywhere All at Once would have had no chance of even being nominated, let alone winning. And a movie like Anora would have never had a chance 10 years ago.
I agree.
I think Conclave, A Complete Unknown, those would have been the winners 10 years ago. But it's, I think, for the better, broadening the nominees, and we're getting to see some indie films and some stuff that is great filmmaking, but not necessarily the safe bet.
Yeah.
Pulling ahead. And especially this year, because there was no major standout, I think it opened up the door for a Brutalist or an Anora to slip in.
Yeah, for sure.
Same as Coda a few years ago. Came out of nowhere because there was no frontrunner that year. There was no standout movie, so Coda sneaks in the back door.
The COVID year, I think, so they weren't able to make a whole lot. So it was
Right.
kind of made it bare bones,
So another thing about Anora is it is the lowest grossing Best Picture winner ever.
Really?
I found that was
And their
interesting.
budget was very small too.
It's a
right?
$6 million budget for Anora, and The Brutalist was only $10 million, which is incredible.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's amazing what they did with those modest budgets. Comparing that to Wicked's $150 million budget, Dune's $200 million budget. Even A Complete Unknown was a $70 million budget, and they both made the same amount of money, A Complete Unknown and Anora.
That's insane.
So it goes to show you, maybe Hollywood can start rethinking
Yeah.
hopefully where the money's going.
Hopefully, yeah.
So that was a big takeaway for me this year. Emilia Pérez, I don't want to dwell on it too much because what more can be said about it. But it another piece of trivia is It tied the record for most losses in a single night at the Oscars, losing 11 of 13 categories.
Not surprised. I don't know. I
liked Emilia
I
Pérez.
really enjoyed it.
I did as well.
I thought do I think it's like an Academy Award worthy movie? No. But it got nominated. Clearly a lot of people did think it was. I don't think the general public does. I think like the average rating for it on Letterboxd is like 2.3 stars out of 5.
Out of 5.
Yeah, so like that's super low.
That has to be the lowest of all the Best Picture nominees.
But I don't know. I thought it was really fun. I mean, taking out of it like Carla Sofia Gascon, is that her?
Garcon, yeah.
And like all the issues with her and things she said, like just the movie itself. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was cool. It was definitely something different. I've never seen anything like it before. I mean, it's a cartel musical.
Yeah.
Like, that's just a lot going on.
I didn't know anything about
Same here.
the actress's past. You're the one that kind of told me that there was some drama. Even going in watching it, I had that in mind, but it kind of like went out pretty quickly because I forgot what it was about.
She was also
really good. She was, and I thought I didn't know anything about the movie. I kind of went into all the movies not knowing what it was about, except for a complete unknown. And so I was pleasantly surprised. I was engaged the whole time. I was, I didn't love the music. I didn't really find it that catchy.
The song that they won for, I enjoyed.
I enjoyed that one. I enjoyed Zoe's performance during it, like her dancing on the tables, and I just thought she was great. But I don't remember the song. I don't remember really any of the songs that were. But I did really like, and I was surprised, like continually watching Emilia Pérez. Like everything that happened was a surprise to me.
Me too.
Yeah, some good twists in there.
I don't know. I thought it was good.
I did too, and I think it was my third favorite movie.
Wow,
that's a bold take.
Wow,
yeah.
What do you rank Dune Part 2?
As a -1, because that was the one I did not watch, and I couldn't find I'm Still Here. But you knew I wasn't gonna watch Dune unless I had endless amounts of time.
Meanwhile, you told us I watched all of the things that were nominated this year. I'm like, I wanted to send back. I'm like, you liar! You did not watch Dune
Sean
Part 2.
Sean is talking about my email.
Yes, the email that she said to everyone.
I watched more than probably everybody else, aside from you guys.
Yes, and that's why you've earned a spot at the table this year.
Thank you, and I am really excited to be part of the Oscar review crew this year.
There you go.
I gotta get like badges printed or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some other firsts this year. Flow, winning Best Animated Film. Another little bit of an upset, I think.
Yeah.
It's the first Oscar for Latvia. Zoe Saldaña, we already discussed, first Oscar for the Dominican Republic. And I'm Still Here, the first Oscar win for Brazil. So that was a lot of interesting firsts this year.
That movie looks so good.
There was also, if I could interrupt for a second, just to go back to what you're saying, the first for the best costume design as well. For Wicked, Paul Tazewell, he was the first person of color,
I think you're right.
To have won costume design. So that's also really awesome. But I'm sorry, go ahead, Sean, as you were saying.
No, but to your point, it's crazy that he's the first person to win that award. I'm like, it's 2025. This has been going on for 97 years.
It's crazy that there's still firsts happening.
Yeah, no, it's insane. But no, I'm looking here at your list. I think it should have won that, and I'm glad that he did. I mean, he really just killed it. Yeah. Between not only the leads, but all of the background actors and just the whole vibe of what they were wearing. I really liked for certain awards, like how cast members came out on the stage and spoke about their film. Like with that one, Bowen Yang was speaking.
I did not. I want to talk about this.
I thought it was so interesting because gives it more of like a personal feel, because you have people that worked on it talking about the crew members who really aren't like talked about a whole lot.
Now, this again, right? So I don't really watch the Oscars. I haven't watched it in years. So was that a new format this year?
Fair, yeah. Like
last year they did it.
They did it for the actors last year, but then they changed it this year. They didn't do it for the actors.
I did also like it. I mean, it's definitely like praising. A lot of like kissing butt, praising, and but for a lot of it is well deserved too.
I mean, even being nominated is a huge thing. So like, if I was nominated, I would want someone up there going on
telling me how great I
talking
was.
about how great I was.
Yeah, here's my problem with
let's
it.
hear it.
So
There we go.
it's less egregious for costume, because it's a category that doesn't get much love compared to acting and stuff like that. My problem is the acting categories when they do this, because it's just millionaires patting themselves on the back, and it's not why people watch the Oscars. People watch the Oscars because they want to be reminded why film is important, why movies are fun. We don't want to watch people patting themselves on the back and congratulating one another. It's an acting category. Show me the acting. Show me what's at stake. Show me, give me something to root for. I don't care about one celebrity lavishing praise on another celebrity. I want to see what's the competition. It's a movie show. Show me a montage of clips. Show me a clip from the movie.
I definitely see your point to that, and I did feel like that a little bit too. And they did show very small clips, but right in the past they have shown longer clips of the actors performing when they're being announced. So yeah, I do agree with you there. But that being said, still, even actors need to be praised every now and again. I don't know, maybe they have very low, confidence going into something like this, and I don't know.
Yeah, I get it.
Worried, about their competition.
But I think from a viewership standpoint, it makes for a better show having them go out there, seeing them, oh, wow, that's Bowen Yang. Oh, that's this one. I don't know, it's just kind of fun.
Yeah. I want to know if working with a certain actor was, if they're kind or whatever. I do want to hear that
if they're
person.
not kind.
This person caused so much drama on set.
Yeah, I like to know that too.
Yeah.
So what did we think of Conan as the host?
I liked him.
That was also one of the reasons that I really wanted to dedicate myself this year, which I forgot when you asked earlier, is I just love Conan O'Brien, and I thought he was great. He had a little jab here or there that you kind of wanted to hear. But for the most part, I think he kept it safe. So that he will be asked back, hopefully.
I think they already said they want him back.
Oh, good.
If he wants to come back.
And he put a little of his shticks in there, with the sand month, the worm, and that's such classic Conan.
That was a very
90s
late
Conan.
night Conan bit.
Yeah. And so it was fun.
I thought he did a great job. I've only heard good things, so I'm not surprised if they want him back. I did see that the viewership was down this year, though, which is surprising. I thought Conan would have been a big draw.
Yeah, I would have thought that too. But there are people, I feel like it's either you love him or you hate him. There are people that can't stand him, which I don't understand that. He's just so likable.
I've never really watched his show or seen many clips of him, so I didn't really know going into it. I thought he was so funny. I thought he was, because Jimmy Kimmel's done it for I think 3 years in a row, and I'm a huge Kimmel fan, so I was a little bummed out when he wasn't coming back. But then when they announced Conan, I was like, oh, okay, this will be fun too, and he was great. Yeah,
he's one of my favorite comedians, and I know Alex and I have talked about his podcast that we regularly listen to it, and I grew up watching his show when I was a kid, and little known fact about me is I actually did go to a Conan O'Brien taping back in 2002 or 3 maybe.
Wow.
Back in the city.
Still at NBC?
Yeah.
That's the biggest flex for you.
I know, and that's why I wanted to save it for this podcast. I didn't want to tell you guys on the side. And they did a little bit in the audience in the very beginning, and I don't remember what it was, but there was a cast member planted in there that they focused on, and it was myself, and I was with my parents and one of my friends, and my mom was right behind that person, and she kind of slumped down in her seat to get in the and she was on TV, and then you just saw my legs next to it. But I don't even remember who the guests were. I think Aziz Ansari was one of the guests.
Yeah.
And I've been meaning to Google to see who was on with him at this time. I feel like it might have been Weezer or band very similar. But he was hilarious, and he came out in the audience to say hello to people after, and he was so funny. So he's just such a realistic person, I think.
Yeah.
And we got a t-shirt at the end. Everybody got a late night Conan O'Brien t-shirt. I wish I still had it, but
I was gonna say,
yeah, it would be 25 years old. So
Yeah, I love Conan. I watched him my whole life growing up. He's like top 3 celebrities I want to meet someday in real life. Like, huge fan. I thought he did a great job. Very funny monologue. His bit with Adam Sandler is one of my highlights of the night.
Was funny.
That was so funny.
Yeah. Because he always talks about on his podcast how Adam Sandler lives nearby, and when, sometimes, Conan O'Brien will be like riding a bike or something, and Adam Sandler will be driving by, and he'll, yell out his name in that classic style, and it was so funny seeing him there.
Yeah, that was just such a funny bit, and Adam Sandler committed to it so hard, and
he's great.
He sold it so well.
And then the end with him, going up to Timothy Chalamet was it was hilarious. And I didn't realize that whatever happened at another award,
it was at the
Nikki
Golden Globes.
Glaser had to, I didn't know that.
Or no, not the Golden. Did she host the Golden Globes?
I think she did host something big.
Nikki Glaser?
I don't know, but she made that joke.
Yeah, she made that joke.
Name
Yeah,
sounds like something Adam Sandler would say. So.
Yeah, I thought that was great. I think he did a great job, and I really do hope he comes back.
And also his opening, I thought was hilarious too, with him coming out of
that was great.
That was just like that was perfect. Again, that was like classic Conan ridiculous.
I liked the joke he made about Kendrick and Drake.
Oh, I forgot what it was.
It was like halfway through the show, so he's like, "Oh, it's like halfway through the show. It's time for Kendrick Lamar to come out and publicly call Drake a massive pedophile."
Oh, I missed it. I think I had to do like.
And a lot of the crowd was like oohing and awing, and like I was cracking up. I'm like, they talk about like a jab. He definitely had a few of them.
Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad he did that.
My favorite joke of his in the opening was Netflix this year is leading with a record 18 price hikes this year. I think they'll top it next year.
Yeah.
That was
It's true too.
Yeah, so Conan, thumbs up. Hope he comes back next year. Were there any other standouts for you in the awards this year?
I know that Kieran Culkin won all the awards this year, right? He cleaned up with everything, but I think he was deserving of it in every way. I love him. I think he's so great, and I was so glad that he won the Oscar. He's just such a real person going on stage when he thanks people and just talks, and I know he probably plays that character a lot, but he does it so well.
Yeah, that's going to that point. That's my only thing. I really like him. I think he's great, but I feel like he just kind of plays himself in a lot of movies.
And same with Jesse Eisenberg too. I mean, he plays
exactly.
that same neurotic
so
character.
Maybe he's deserving of it. I don't know. I don't. The other people in the category, Jeremy Strong, I would say from the Trump movie.
The Apprentice,
Yeah,
I liked
Apprentice.
Jeremy Strong. I think he was maybe
really
the
good.
front runner, or at least I thought he had the best performance. But Kieran Culkin, I mean, this role was written for him.
Yeah.
We'll probably never see him again up on that stage, and I think he knew that, and I think he owned his time.
Yeah.
And I'm happy for him.
No, he seems like a really cool person. And the speech was great. It was so funny.
Was really, yeah. He just seems like somebody you'd want to be friends with.
Mm-hmm, for sure.
And as far as rambling speeches go, that was the least offensive rambling speech of the night.
The least obnoxious.
What was the other?
Right.
What do you think
Well,
was?
Adrian Brody's is pretty bad,
Yeah.
and
I don't know. I didn't find it to be obnoxious.
Really? I mean, listen.
I
he's
wanna
very
watch it
deserving
again.
of that award, but it was a very obnoxious. He was. I don't know, a little too full of himself. I've won this before, I know how it is when he was telling him to stop. And
Oh yeah.
I don't know, it was a little.
Well, for a 6-minute speech, that alone is egregious because there are people who only got 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So that alone is enough, bad enough. But he spent maybe 4 of his 6 minutes talking about himself and what it's like to win an Oscar, let alone 2 Oscars. And he dedicated such a little amount of time to thanking the team that put together The Brutalist and what the role means, and especially for such a relevant movie with such relevant themes for today. I think he kind of fumbled that messaging a little bit. But it was.
He was dragging a lot too, right? So there was a lot of quiet space in between.
Yeah,
him
I was gonna
talking.
say you could hear a pin drop in that entire
Yeah,
room.
yeah.
I wonder what the other nominees and what the other crowd members thought about that. If they were oh my god, this guy needs to wrap it up.
Right, and then you have who was
It was
Cillian Murphy in with
Cillian Murphy.
Killian's. I always do that, yeah. with that like straight faced in the back. Probably
It's like, what do you
say? Come on.
Because he won. He won last year, and he gave like a normal 3 to 4 minute speech.
Right.
But just like Culkin, you know what you're getting with Brody too. I don't think anybody was shocked that he did that. But
again, like,
anyways,
we were talking about him. I feel like he plays that role very well, and then everything else he does is like,
yeah. I mean,
it's like
he
was. I mean, he was unbelievable.
He is the best Holocaust surviving actor to play that role ever.
Yeah, I mean, he was great in it.
He really
was. So I'm not surprised he won.
So that was another movie that I needed my subtitles, and I didn't have them when I was watching it, and
neither did I, but it didn't really. We were texting about this.
You told me that, and I was like, wow, I don't agree with you, Sean, because I had a hard time, and then only after everything, each movie I watched, I was kind of like reading stuff online about it. I was like, oh, wait, his character survived the Holocaust? I didn't get that at all, because I know they mentioned like Holocaust and like concentration camps, but
I don't think that's on the subtitles. I think that's just on you.
I guess so, but there wasn't
it's pretty
conversation, was there?
It's a
pretty Holocaust forward movie.
It's a pretty self-implied thing.
Right after the Holocaust,
because like he's talking about like
a Hungarian Jew.
Now he's here and he's a Jew and like
maybe I was in the bathroom during that part of the movie.
Or you were just checked out.
I'll take the fault on that.
Checked out.
But I did want to say, for another Best Supporting Actor nominee, Edward Norton. I thought he was so good as Pete Seeger, and
yes, he was.
I didn't even realize that it was Edward Norton. Not that he looked that different or anything, but I don't know. It just didn't come to me. He sounded just like him. Him talking and singing. He was spot on.
I don't know what Pete Seeger, is that his name?
Yeah.
I don't know what he sounds like or anything, so
you gotta listen.
But he was very
dead on
impression.
impression.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I used to work in the children's department here, and when I did story times, there is a movie that I used to play. I can't think of the name of it, but Pete Seeger did like the narration and the singing in it. And it was one of my favorite videos to play for the kids. And that's all I kept thinking of was that video. And I was like, oh my god, like, is this really Pete Seeger? Has he come back from the dead? and then afterwards I was like, oh damn, that was Edward Norton.
Yeah, and he's a very like cool guy, but he only does like certain films and stuff.
Yeah.
He seems like very odd, but I was watching him on Colbert, I believe, and he was just praising Timothée Chalamet so much, and he was just like, this kid's like got it. I'm like, that's a big thing to come from him, because he's
somebody so seasoned.
Yeah, and like someone who only does like very few roles. That's a huge thing from him.
You need to listen to some Pete Seeger, listen to a song and just hear him.
I probably won't.
I like folk music, so
yeah, I'm not a Bob Dylan fan. Yeah. So going into when it first came out, I was like, I have no interest in seeing this movie. I don't care. And then the nominations came out, and I'm like, well, I have to go see it. And I went to the theater because it wasn't out yet to watch from home. And my friend and I went, and it ended, and I turned to her and I was like, that was so good. And she's like, oh my God, I'm so bored. At the same time. So I was like, well, it's not for everyone. I'm like, I don't know. I think as I went in thinking I was going to hate it. Yeah. And then about halfway through, I'm like, oh my God, this is actually really, really good.
Yeah, it was very entertaining.
Yeah,
I love the music.
Yeah, and a couple of my friends worked on it, because they shot some of it in Atlanta, and then they shot some of it here. Oh. So they said it was like a really cool thing to be on. Okay. I'm like, that's sick.
That is really cool.
So yeah, I was like, you know what? Good for them.
Yeah, and the actress who did play Joan Baez too was amazing.
She was. She has a phenomenal voice. Yeah.
Oh, that was the woman. Is that her name?
Barbara?
No, but is Joan Baez like his girlfriend? Not his girlfriend, but
the
like...
the character who played, they're on again, off again.
Yes,
relationship. Monica Barbaro.
Barbara, I think. Okay.
I'm sure we'll see her again.
Her voice was
incredible.
Unbelievable.
Oh my God, amazing.
Oh my God. I was like, could you imagine?
No.
Being able to act and sing like that? It's insane.
What did everyone think of the Bond tribute this year?
So weird, just out of place.
Why? Why did they have a Bond tribute?
I have no idea.
Well, I can tell you.
They're making another movie.
they're always making a new Bond movie. So here's why they did it.
Oh.
So the timing of it is kind of awkward, and I think this is why it threw a lot of people off. So the Broccoli family, they're the owners of the rights of the Bond movies. They've been making the Bond movies since the beginning. I forget what his name is, but he did the first 12, and then he passed on the rights to his son and daughter, Barbara Broccoli, and I forget what the brother's name is. A crazy name.
It's an awful
I would love to
name.
have that name.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It sounds like a PBS Kids cartoon show character or something. But anyways, so this they've made all the Bond movies, and they were nominated, or they won the, what's it called? The Irving G. Thalberg Memorial Award, which is an honorary Oscar given out for usually producers. I think Warren Beatty's the last person who won it last year. They've only given out like 80 in 100 years. But in any case, they won it this year, and this was that's why they did it this year. It was to honor them and the legacy of everything they've done to keep the Bond movies going and, consistently decent for decades. So that's why they did it this year. It also conveniently lined up with them not having any musical acts this year, so that's how they were able to kind of squeeze in.
Which is surprising because there was a lot of music in.
Right. Well, if that's one thing the Bond movies are known for in terms of Oscars, it's best song.
Yeah.
So that's how they I think it fit in nicely in that terms. It kind of filled the gap that was left with not playing any of the original songs. And I also, who doesn't like a big dance number? I thought it was fine. The singers were ranged in quality, but it was entertaining. I liked it.
It was entertaining. I'm not a James Bond fan. I don't even think I've seen one movie.
You haven't seen a single Bond movie?
That's
Nope.
crazy.
Yeah.
They're really good.
I was pretty bored during it, but somewhat entertained by like Doja Cat. And...
I just wish that the people that actually made the song just came out and sang them, because it was like
they were asked and they all said no.
What was the
'cause
Live
they
and Let Die? That's Guns N' Roses? Is that Guns N' Roses?
Paul McCartney.
Oh.
They covered it, but Paul McCartney did the original.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. So did they ask Paul and
Paul
Guns N'
McCartney's
Roses?
too big to play at the Oscars.
He was just doing the SNL, which he was very good at performing on.
Yes, he was.
50th anniversary.
So that's why they did the Bond tribute. And I'm sorry, they've only given out 40 of the Irving G. Thalberg Memorial Awards in the entire length of the Oscars. So
does this
it was a
mean-
big deal.
Because there were no, usually they give a Lifetime Achievement Award or something.
It's
so that was
basically
their
the
award.
equivalent. Yeah, it was you can think of it as a Lifetime Achievement Award.
And that's why they didn't have any other.
Yeah. The confusing thing, and I think the thing that upset a lot of people is, so the Broccoli family got this award. They'd already planned this big spectacle thing at the Oscars, and then just a week or so before the Oscars aired, Amazon bought the rights to the Bond films.
Yeah.
They did mention. Right?
So a lot of people were like, "Oh, Amazon paid millions of dollars to have this spot at the Oscars." That is not. This was planned well before that, and so yeah, that's the deal with the Bond thing. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, what did you guys think of Nickel Boys? Did you both see it?
Yeah. I got, I believe, 23 minutes into the movie.
What?
And I was like, I have to turn this off. It was driving me insane. How it was shot, I hated it.
Oh wow.
I think if it was just shot like a normal movie, I would have probably enjoyed it, because I'm sure the script is very good.
Then the reveal wouldn't have been as powerful.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
That's true.
Because I only watched
There was a
23
big
minutes
reveal.
of it. I was so bored.
Were you?
I was like, this is done. Not off.
All right, I'm cutting off your
Okay,
mic.
Alex,
you need
let's
to
see.
stop talking. Marianne, this is where you need to jump in
I
between
know.
us.
I know.
So Sean and I
Unbelievable.
usually have opposite
Okay,
opinions on movies,
yeah.
and this is, I think, our
Oh, is it?
biggest.
Okay.
Yeah, Nickel Boys is phenomenal.
Yeah, I agree.
It was my third favorite movie of the year.
Oh wow. Okay.
The director, I forget him, his name is blanking. It's his directing debut, and he should have been nominated for Best Director.
Mm-hmm.
This was, in my opinion, one of the biggest snubs of the year.
It was very experimental, and for that, I really liked it.
It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's.
Now, did you? I didn't get to read the book. Have you read?
I've read the book.
You have
The
read it?
book was one of my favorite books of the year when it came out. It was a fantastic adaptation.
I did vote
love
for
this
that
movie.
for one of the.
It was
best
nominated for adapted screenplay.
and I was hoping it would win for that because I.
That was one of the few categories I got wrong. I had it also for
You did
adapted
put it for
screenplay,
that? Yeah.
and then Conclave won.
Conclave.
Snore.
I know.
Snore.
Well, like, that was actually going to that. It's a total flip. But Best Original Screenplay for Anora,
You just can't wait to move off of Nickel Boys.
No,
We're
because
gonna
it's
go
just
back to Nickel
no, we are. It's just crazy because I was on Twitter and I saw like a side by side, like a page of the script from Anora and a page of the script from, I believe, A Real Pain. I mean, I don't think Anora should have won for best script. It's not at all the same. Like the level of writing between the two, it's insane.
I was torn between those two, but I think I did.
Like
Anora.
you read Anora and you're just like. Yeah, like a lot of, because she's just cursing it, and a lot of the time, like, and then you read A Real Pain, like you just reading it, you're like, wow, this is like a lot deeper, and the words just kind of jump off the page where she's just calling everyone a name. It was like,
she did it so well though.
No, I mean, no, she did, but I'm saying just from like a script standpoint, I feel like reading them makes it a little different than watching it, you know.
But let's get back to
Nickel Boys.
I was gonna just say, sorry, we're going on way too many tangents right now. But adapted screenplay, I thought Queer should have been nominated for adapted screenplay.
Yeah,
that's the one you told me to watch, right? Yeah, I haven't watched it yet.
Queer was so good. That got snubbed.
Yeah, I think Daniel Craig should have been nominated for Best Actor, and maybe not win, but he should have been nominated. And I think adapted screenplay, it should have gotten a nomination for that because it took an insane short story and made it into a very good movie.
And cinematography, I think too.
Yeah, why not?
It
should have gotten more
gorgeous
love.
movie.
Yeah,
gorgeous. Oh, you would love it.
Yeah. Whenever you recommend something, like I usually do, end up liking it.
Yeah, I know because that's because
except
we
for Nickel Boys.
We have good taste.
Nickel Boys.
Yeah, so
Sure, go back to it.
Now, since I didn't read this book, I did put it on hold through Libby, but the hold was a very long list right now because I wanted to try and read it before I watched it. I was surprised at the ending. I thought the way it was shot was so unique and detrimental to like the storytelling in it, and so I really, at first I was like, wait, are they gonna shoot this like a first person? Like this is kind of weird. I've never seen anything like this. But then I caught on to it very quickly, and then how when they're in like they're having food, and then it switches the perspective from what are the characters' names?
I don't remember the characters' names, but I also had a note here that the actors Brandon Wilson and Ethan Harris should have been nominated for supporting actors.
Yeah, they were really good, and just the way it was filmed, I thought was so great, and like how you never saw them together until like the very end, pretty much when they look up into the mirror, and then you see the two actors together. It's like they didn't even really work together, but they both had like such great performances. And then how when there were moments of abuse, how you would see like different images on the screen. It's kind of like how these kids probably had to separate themselves from, like, disassociate. It was just a very strong...
Right. Just the interweaving of, like, documentary footage with the plot, and then when it would bounce from first person to third person, and I don't know. I just think the director really deserved some accolades for putting together this movie, which is, I think it was phenomenal.
I agree, and it should have gotten the adapted screenplay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like you see, and I love the way they did it.
I'm so intrigued right now.
Sorry,
but I love the way
this what drives me nuts about Sean. If it's not Dune too exciting, he just falls asleep. He can't. He doesn't have the attention
I liked
span.
The Brutalist, didn't I?
And for all those listening, the amount of eye rolls from Alex.
He was on his phone while you're explaining it.
No, not while you guys were talking, because I got a text from a boss from here, so that's why. Okay. Yeah, so I had to check my phone.
So, but the big reveal I thought was done really well too. That they're showing flashes of the driver's license, and you're like, oh wow, he took on the other guy's name, and but that's all I'll say about that.
All right, well now we're getting texts from bosses, so I think it's time we start winding this episode down. Unfortunately, I could. Well, you are a boss. Who's gonna text you? So yeah, let's start winding this down a little bit. Did we miss any highlights from the evening? I thought, Ben Stiller bit was the funniest of the night. I loved.
Great.
Oh, see, I had to go help my kids at some point. I had to be a mother, and I missed Ben Stiller.
It's so funny.
Oh, he was trying to like jump up
because the thing was going like up and down. It was so funny. I feel like if it was anyone else, it would be dumb or corny. But he's just so funny, and he just killed it.
I'll have to look it up.
As he always does.
It was so well done. Ben Stiller probably wrote that because it's like a very Ben Stiller bit.
Okay.
My only note, and I think this is the only way it could have possibly been improved, is this if after
so
the whole
critical.
stage thing, and when he goes up to the mic and he's about to read the award, the microphone, when it's coming up, should have just kept going up. And he would have had to like jump or like strain his neck to that would have, that's how I would have ended it.
Okay.
Well, maybe you could get in touch with him.
Maybe
or
you can-
Conan
I mean,
next year's.
I worked with Ben, so you never know.
Yeah.
Hey, put
Maybe
me in
it'll
touch.
get
Maybe
you in.
you could get a word to.
Maybe I can be a
Yeah.
resident
That he
separate.
could have improved.
I'll be like, hey, sorry, you're worth how much money, but I'm gonna tell you how to do your job better.
For you.
All right, I think any other closing thoughts about the Oscars this year?
You know, for watching the Oscars for my first time in years, I was entertained, and so I'm glad I participated in this.
Good.
Good for you,
So,
Marianne.
yeah,
I hope we'll have you
look
back
forward
next
to
year.
Next year, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
You know,
It can't just be Sean and I, because then it'll break down. We need a.
Oh,
yeah.
we didn't even talk about
Oh,
our
that's
biggest
right.
snub.
So yeah, I said what my second and third favorite movies of the year, but I didn't say what my favorite movie of the year was.
Oh, okay.
Sean, would you like to take this?
You can do it. It's all you.
The movie of the year, Challengers.
And both of you have recommended this
Yes.
to me, and both of you have said the same thing. Yes, it's
Believable.
snubbed. Okay.
Like, from the minute it starts to the minute it ends, you are glued to this movie.
I'm gonna watch it now.
It's
yeah.
just insurmountable how good it is. And the impact it had, like, especially like my generation, like I was on every social media page. It was just challengers. Like, it was such a huge deal, and it was funny, it was dramatic, it was queer, it was crazy, it was tense, it had everything in it. It was just amazing.
Yes, and speaking from an older generation, this movie is bulletproof. Luca Guadagnino was snubbed for Best Director. This movie was snubbed for Best Picture. This was snubbed for Best Original Screenplay.
Best score?
Best Score, it was snubbed. Lead actors, both snubbed.
Yeah.
Zendaya, she was fine. I don't think she should have been nominated. But
No,
the two male leads,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
This movie is the best movie of the year. And the fact that it didn't get a single nomination is mind-blowing to
See,
me.
I agree with you, so maybe that will
All right, let's shake
That'll bring you
hands.
guys together.
that'll outdo me not being a fan of Nickel Boys.
Well, speaking from an older generation, this did not come across any of my social media pages,
Yeah.
and I knew nothing.
I'm telling you,
Sean.
you're gonna watch this and you're gonna eat it up. It's just,
Yeah.
it's so good.
I couldn't think of a more Marianne movie, honestly.
Yeah.
Really?
Well,
Okay.
maybe queer.
All right, I'm gonna watch both of those.
Yeah,
now that
you're
I've
gonna-
watched all my movies.
And they're both made by the
Same
same
director.
director. Yeah.
Okay.
He must have done something egregious to the Academy, because both of his movies that came out this year, he had 2 movies that come out this year. Both of them are excellent. No nominations.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Something must have happened.
And it's not like he hasn't been nominated in the past. He did Call Me By Your Name.
Yeah. Did he win for screenplay, I think, for that or something?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Anyways, Challengers. It's my movie of the year.
Go watch it. We have it here on Blu-ray and on DVD.
That's what
Yes.
I'm gonna grab while I'm up here.
Yeah.
All right, I think that's all we have. Thank you, Oscar review crew.
Yes, thank
We've
you.
assembled.
This has been fun.
We've assembled.
Yeah, next year I can't wait to talk about whatever is going to be the surprise hit of next year.
We'll see. Who
We'll
knows?
see. Yeah.
Who knows?
All right, thank you, and go check out these movies now that we have given you plenty of recommendations.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, bye everybody. We'll see you next time between the shelves.